For example, I did not actually like jazz that much, but once I put some of my songs in there and heard them in jazz style, I said, okay, this sounds really great. So that way,
Much of the
uh,
music and different things that you
yeah,
hear on Walk and Roll Live have
yes, I
been
actually
created with
really,
Suno. Yep.
yeah, released some albums in jazz, disco, for example,
Yeah. Yeah.
and even classical Indian and all that. So it allows me to experiment with it, and but I do write my own songs, so that part is original.
Yeah.
But it's amazing where AI has reached. It's just mind-boggling.
I don't know if people are aware, but I've done a number of different songs that I
Mhm.
place at the end of the episode. So if you listen to the very, very end, some of you may have caught them already, but they're just lyrics that either I've had ChatGPT help me with, or I've tried to come up with them a little bit, or even Suno will do the lyrics itself, right? They'll do them as well. And I've done them in different genres. I've done them in country and jazz. I did a blues one that I really, really like. So yeah, check them out. Check them out. I may put out an album of them all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you should. It's amazing, and not only that. I mean, you learn various forms of music, and you kind of enjoy every form, because different songs can be like they may sound so much cool in a particular type of music.
Yeah. Well, when you're a creative type, you just looking for those ways to use as an outlet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have published my own songs in a decade, if, like the number of songs I write. But with AI now, I have this ability to publish them.
Very good.
And like I said, I like video editing, so I like to produce videos around those songs as much as I can.
Yeah, I've been toying with that a little bit myself. What's that, Addie?
So that's amazing. It's truly amazing, like how much. And the cool thing, like I'm just sitting here while you all are talking about that stuff too, is that with that technology and with your songs and stuff, you're able to give people your life experience in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That may not ever they like music, but they wouldn't go read something if you wrote it, right? But
yeah, absolutely.
Survived a bit of your story because they listened to that song.
Yeah. I could publish just the song, and like nobody, like nowadays people don't even read anything. Just word to line,
7-second earworms, yes.
Yeah, and those songs would be just wasted because nobody's going to read them. But when you publish them in this way, and people remember that, or at least like that, and spend some time listening. Yeah.
So just to kind of wrap around from the beginning a little bit, and some of your challenges in finding employment with your disability, once you got established, had experience, has that ever arisen again, or do you feel like with your experience and expertise, and once you've been in the field for a while, that just kind of went away?
Yeah, I think it went away. The challenges mostly in India were the commute challenges, and I'll tell you that like in 1998 or so, I mentioned to you that I was also working as a video editor, and for that I had to travel again in the local trains. But the situation had changed slightly because the government, they did a little thing for the handicapped, that they opened like a very small compartment about like 10 feet or so wide, and it had a bench in it, and it was reserved for the handicapped.
This was in India?
In India.
India, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, Raj has to stop hanging off the train, so we're going to give him a seat.
Right. And
you didn't know it, Raj, but you're the whole reason, maybe.
but there's still like 20 people in there, in that little cabin. And of course, you could never travel with a wheelchair. Forget traveling with a wheelchair.
Typical, yeah.
And so I used to commute there. So that was at least a relaxing thing, that I could get in that compartment and get out safely. The only thing was my brace at that time was like a straight brace. It could not bend.
Oh,
so
shoot.
when I was sitting in the compartment, my leg was stretching out, and all these other people, they have to, go over my leg.
Navigate around it. Yeah, you're tripping all the people. So you become the hazard in the spot.
Right, exactly. So I'm feeling guilty. And at the same time, I feel like I cannot stand for such a long time.
Yeah.
I need to sit. So it's like in two minds whether I should get up, not get up. When it got really crowded, I used to get up because it was
Yeah.
just very difficult for other handicapped people to step over
It's
sometimes.
like a clown car.
Right? Yeah. So that was the improvement. Nowadays in India they have elevators, escalators, and all that. But I can't imagine anybody with a wheelchair traveling. I
Yeah.
never saw. I don't even remember people seeing anybody on the road with a wheelchair in India. I mean,
Oh,
you do
yeah.
Mm.
see it in hospitals, but the situation is. I mean, it's not designed for that. I mean, things must have improved now. A lot of things have improved, and there's a lot more awareness around that. A lot of adaptive sports also has come up, so the things have improved. But the infrastructure, like the ADA stuff, like America is heaven for me.
Yeah.
When I think about it, all the like you could go independently from one corner of the country to another corner of the country
Yeah.
without any help. Like you are just independent, and so it's just amazing. And I'm really grateful that they have this ADA stuff and how they accommodate you. It's really amazing.
Do you get a chance to travel back and see family?
Yes, I do travel back to India like every 2 3 years whenever I get a chance. And uh, and whenever I go there, I do stress this fact that yes, everything should be accessible.
Yeah. You're
Please
like,
make
what's going
everything
on here?
accessible.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I'll bring you an elevator next time I come.
A
Yeah.
ramp. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get some ramps
fortunately,
in here.
fortunately, in India, you have a lot of people, so you'll always get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, like
I know
moving
you,
independently is different.
you talk about those trains. I know I've seen the pictures of the people on top of the train.
Oh,
I'm like,
absolutely. Yeah.
good Lord, OSHA would have a
Suddenly,
fit,
San
wouldn't they?
Francisco doesn't seem like anything, a busy San Francisco or Atlanta, because clearly, if we think that, we've never been to India.
Yeah. I mean, first time I came here to US, I saw these buses with the ramps. I said, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the trains with the ramps, and that's amazing. And then I learned to drive here with hand controls and everything.
Nice.
So that gave me the independence. And, so like whenever I think of going back to India, the first thing I think of is, come on, yeah, I mean, you are so comfortable here.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
do better.
Why would you do that to yourself right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully someday it'll get to the point where we all just take it all for granted, how accessible everything is. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
any goals? You engineer, singing, football, tennis. What's the next thing you're gonna take on?
Really, I have been dealing with so much responsibilities in my life until now, and I've accomplished all those kind of things. I'm satisfied with what I've achieved so far, and I haven't actually created any goals for me. All I want to do is just enjoy my life, and if I set up a goal, it would like become work. Then I have to work for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I just want to enjoy and have things happen to me. Like I said, the Siemens thing happened to me. I didn't plan for it or anything.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience. So similarly, I let things happen. And,
Your next goal is to write a book because
well,
would like to
I
read
have
it.
thought about it so many times, but maybe that.
hey,
will
there's
happen.
AI now. You can just sit down with AI, tell it your
I-
stories.
Actually, I do because I do sometimes create like short stories on my life. I create, a story with it. I write a little bit and then let ChatGPT,
Kind of clean
Keep
it up,
on
right?
grew up
Polish
on
it.
it, and then I
Nice.
publish a video for it.
Well, I also got to tell you, Raj, just getting to see you and your son interacting and stuff on Saturday night. Well done as a father. Most
Thank
kids,
you.
how old is he? 14, 15?
He's 14 years old, and
14,
my
yeah.
elder son is 25.
Yeah.
He's also a software programmer.
I think most kids in that situation would have sat in the corner with their phone and played games and their headphones on. But he was involved and engaged in the whole thing. That was
nice.
awesome. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, he
Dad.
loves to be with the Chargers family. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm amazed. I'm happy that he's having that experience because we don't have family here. So when we go to India, we have a lot of people, with us. But here in the US, this LA Chargers family has provided that opportunity to interact with so many people in a group,
Good.
in a party situation,
Excellent.